Hello. So in this class, we do Algebra 2, chapter 3.3, completing the square. So if this is given x square plus bx, so if we add b by 2 square, it becomes a complete square. Okay, b by 2 square. So if we see that this is x plus b by 2, okay, and x plus b by 2. If we multiply this using FOIL method, so this is x is equal to x plus b by 2 plus b by 2 is equal to x plus b by 2. Okay, so this gives x square plus x b by 2 plus x b by 2 and b by 2 square. So this is a perfect square. We are multiplying the same. So this gives x square plus bx plus b by 2 square. So we see that if we add b by 2 square to this, it becomes a perfect square, because when we multiply x plus b by 2 times x plus b by 2, we are getting the same term here. Okay, so let's do some problems. So we have to solve this using square root method. Okay, so we know that a plus b square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so this is 2w square plus this is 2 times 2w. Okay, and this is 1 and this is 75. So we can see that this is a square. Okay, this is b square. Okay, that's, and this is 2a times b. Here a is 2w and b is 1. So we can write this as 2w square plus 1 square. Okay, and this is equal to 75. Okay, we converted this 4w square plus 4w plus 1 into 2w plus 1 square using square formula. Okay, now if we square root both sides, we get 2w plus 1 is equal to plus minus 70. Because why do we use plus and minus? Because you know negative 2 times negative 2 also gives 4 and 2 times 2 also gives 4. So square root of 4, we can write that it can be, it will give, if we square root both, we can have plus and minus both. Okay, now subtracting negative 1 from both sides, because we want to get the value of w. So this gives 2w plus 0 is equal to plus minus square root of 75 and negative 1. Okay, now square root of 75, we know it square root, it is 25 times 3. Okay, so 5 root 3. So this will be plus minus 5 root 3 minus 1 is equal to 2w. Okay, now we'll divide by 2 both sides. So this gives 2 by 2 is 1. So this gives, and we'll put the number first, right? In a complex number, we put a real number first and then the radical sign, and this gives y square root 3 by 2. Okay, so our solutions is this solution is this 1 plus 5 square root 3 by 2, and another one is negative 1 negative 5 square root 3 by 2. Okay, let's do more problems for this, and I hope this is clear how we found out the square root here and solve the left side. Let's do one more problem. So in this case, we have to find the value of C that makes this trinomial perfect square. Okay, so we have to find first half of S. Okay, because we added here B by 2 here, this. Okay, so we have to find half of the coefficient of S. So that would be, or we can write like this, that it was x square plus bx, and we added here b by 2 square. Okay, so here if we consider b as minus 26, so we will add here b by 2 will be negative 13. Okay, so we will add, and what is negative b by 2 square would be 169. So we will add 169. Okay, so this will give us s square minus 26s. 1 minute. So we'll add s square minus 26s plus 169. This would be a perfect square. Okay, and we can write like this. This will be s minus our b by 2 was 13. So it will be minus 13 square. Okay, we can check also s minus 13 times s minus 13 would give s minus 13 minus 13 using FOIL method. So this will give us s square minus 13s plus 169. Okay, so this will be s square minus 26s plus 169. So value of C is 169. When we add 169, this makes it a perfect square. So first we find half of B and we square it and we add it to get it a perfect square. Let's do one more problem. So this is question 24, and we have to find the value of C and to make it a perfect square, and which value of C will make it a perfect square. So, and then we have to write the expression. So we see x times x, so this square area would be x square for this particular. This will be, if we multiply, this area would be 10x. One side is 10, another is x. This area would be 10x. And what would be C? 10 times 10 would be 10 square, or we can say 100. Okay. So value of C would be 100, or means we can say 10 times 10 or 10 square. Okay. If we put it like this, if we add all of them, this area of the square would be x plus 10 this side and this side. So x plus 10 plus x plus 10. So this gives x square plus 20x, 10x, this 10x plus this 10x, and plus 100. Okay. Or we can say x plus 10 square. Okay. So this is the value of the C is 100, and this is the expression which gives the area of this. Okay. Area of the square. Let's do more questions. So this is the question we have to solve by completing the square. So, sorry, this is 24. Okay. So let's first solve this. First, let's divide both sides by 4. We'll see how best we can simplify. So this is, first thing is we'll divide both sides by 4. So this gives w minus 3 is equal to 6. Okay. Now we'll use distributive law. So this is w square minus 3w is equal to 6. Okay. Now we see that which we had this, what is b by 2? This was x square plus bx and b by 2 square. So what is b in this case? So we see that it is negative. B here is negative 3. So b by 2 would be negative 3 by 2. And b by 2 square would be 9 by 4. So let's add 9 by 4 to both sides. So as we add 9 by 4 to each side, this becomes 6 plus 9 by 4. Because whatever we do to left side, we have to do to right side. We cannot change the equation. Now this we know this was equal to x plus b square, b by 2 square. Okay. So this would give us b here was b by 2 was negative 3 by 2. So this will give w minus 3 by 2 square. Okay. This will give, if we solve this, this is like 24 by 4 plus 9 by 4. So this gives 33 by 4. Okay. Now we square root both sides. So this will give negative w minus 3 by 2, and this will give us plus is equal to plus minus square root of 33 by 4. So this gives us w is equal to 3 by 2 plus minus square root of 33 by 2. Okay. So this is our value of w. So we have solved this equation using by completing the square. Okay, we added 9 by 4, which is like we found b, then b by 2, and added b by 2 square to both sides, and then square rooted it and solved the and got the value of w. Okay. So while using to find the value or solve the quadratic equation, we can either use factoring, square root, or completing the square. We see which one is the best suitable and we do accordingly. So in this, we'll see which method is best suitable, whether factoring, square root, or completing the square. So we see that this 21 can be easily factored. 21 is 7 times 3, and 7 minus 3 is 4. So this we can use 7 minus 3 is 4, and 7 times 3 is 21. So here we use fact factoring method, which is more efficient than using square root or completing the square. So this we will use negative 4x, we can write as negative 7x plus 3x negative 21. So this gives us, we make pairs of 2. Here we factor x common out. It's like distributive law. Here we factor 3 common out. It is like x minus 7. So this gives x plus 3 and x minus 7. Okay. So either x plus 3 can make it 0 or x minus 3 can make it 0. So x plus 3 is equal to 0, which gives x is equal to minus 3. And x minus 7 is equal to 0, which gives x is equal to 7. So we have two solutions, x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to 7. So we have to find value of x when area of trapezoid is given, and we'll use the we'll make the quadratic equation and we will solve it. Okay, so we know area of trapezoid, it if it is like this. So this parallel sides are B1, B2, and the perpendicular height is h. So it is given by area of trapezoid is given by half sum of the parallel sides times height, perpendicular height. So it is given this shows the rectangle shows that it is a perpendicular height. So area is given 20 and this is half. Now the sum of the parallel sides is 3x minus 1 plus x plus 9 times x. Okay, so this gives, let's solve this. So if we multiply by 2 both sides, this becomes 40. Okay, and this, if we solve here, this becomes 4x plus 8, and this is x. Okay, now this is 40 is equal to 4x square plus 8x. Okay, now since all the digits are divisible by 4, so let's divide by 4 both sides. first. So this gives 4x square plus 8x plus 4. So this gives 10x square plus 2x. Okay. Now subtracting 10 from both sides. This. Okay. And now what we should add to make it a perfect square, we know here that b is equal to 2. Okay. And b by 2 is 1, and b by 2 square is also 1. So we can add b by 2 square on both sides. Okay. So we know that now this is a perfect square. This is in a form of bx plus b by 2 square. Okay. Here our b is so now what we can do is we can make this side a perfect square. Okay. So this is in the form of like this x square plus bx. Okay. So b here is 2. So what will be b by 2? It will be 1. And b by 2 square is equal to 1 square. Okay. So we will add b by 2 square both sides. So here we will add 1. Okay. Which is b by 2. And whatever we do to the left side, we do to right side. So if we do here, we put this on the left and this on the right, 10 plus 1 square. Okay. So this is 11. So this gives, this is a plus x plus b by 2 square. We know this is x plus b by 2 square is x square plus b by 2 square plus bx. Okay. So this is a perfect square. So we can write it as x plus 1 square is equal to 11. Okay. Now we can square root both sides. So this gives x plus 1 and this gives plus minus square root of 11. Okay. So x plus 1 will subtract -1 from both sides. So this gives x is equal to 0. Oh, sorry, x plus 0 is equal to -1 plus minus square root of 11. Okay, so this will give us x is equal to -1 plus square root of 11 and at -1 negative square root of 11. But here, because this our height was x, here we see, and the height cannot be negative, so we will not take the negative value. Okay, so this value doesn't work because lengths cannot be negative. So the value of x, or the height of the trapezoid, is -1 plus square root of 11. Okay, it cannot be negative because lengths cannot be negative. So this is the question. The farmer is building rectangular pen a- along the side of the barn for animals like this. Okay, this is, or I can say, this is the barn. Okay, so it is making a rectangular pen here. Okay, and the barn will serve as one side of the pen. So this is the one side. Now the farmer has to put a fence to enclose the area of 1512 square feet and wants each side to be at least 12 feet long. So these are the three sides it has to be, it they he has to put the fence. One side is the side of the barn. Okay, so we have to write the equation that represents the area of the pen. So total we have 120 feet of fence to enclose this. Okay, so let this is a rectangular as it is said. Okay, so it means this side is equal to this side. So let this be x, this be x, and the total fence is 120. So this side, suppose this is A, so side A will be 120 minus 2x. Okay, because this is a rectangle, this side x is equal to this side and total 120 feet of fence. So A will be equal to 120 minus 2x. Okay. And the area for this is 1512. Okay. So what will be the area of the pen? Area would be, we know length times width. So length here is x and width is 120 minus 2x. Okay. And for the complete fence is like, for complete fence, the perimeter of the fence or the length of the fence is 120, we know. And area here is given 1512. So area of the rectangular pen is length times width, which is x times A, and A is 120 minus 2x because total fence was 120. Okay. So this will give us, divide both sides by 2 to just simplify this. So this gives us 756 is equal to 60x plus a negative x square, negative x square. If we divide multiply everything by negative, this becomes negative 60x plus is equal to negative 756. Okay. Now what is B? B is negative 60. Okay. So B by 2 is negative 30 and B by 2 square will be 900. Okay. We know the equation x square plus bx plus B by 2 square is equal to x plus B by 2 square. Okay. So now adding 900 to both sides. So this will give x square minus 60x plus 900 is equal to negative 756 plus 900. So this gives us our b by 2 was negative 30. So we know this is equal to x minus 30 square, and this if we subtract we will get 144. Now if we square both sides we will get x minus 30 is equal to plus minus square root of 144, and 144 we know it is equal to 12. Okay, so this gives x minus 30 is equal to plus 12 and x minus 30 is equal to negative 12. So this gives x is equal to 18. This will give x is equal to 42 and x is equal to 18. But 18 is too short, so we will dismiss it, or we will just take, so the dimensions we will just take it as a 42. Okay. So if this x is 42, let's find the length 120 minus 2x. Okay, so this will give us 120 minus 2 times 42. So this a is given by 36 and x is 42. Okay, so these are the lengths which these are the dimensions of the pen. So this will be 42. Okay, and this will be 36. We can see we can add them also. 36 plus 42 plus 42. Okay, so this will give us 120. So our calculation was correct. Okay, so please keep practicing and please do every question of the book. This will give you a practice. Thanks for joining.